Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture of this course Finite Element Method. So this is the fifth module that we are discussing right now, and this module basically deals with the isoparametric elements. So earlier in this module we have discussed the concept of the isoparametric elements when we used such isoparametric elements in case of the discretization or meshing. Then the concept of the superparametric, subparametric elements, all these were discussed in details. After that, based on the concept of these isoparametric elements, we have discussed and we have solved several numericals. And then we have also discussed the concept of the serendipity analysis, then the Gaussian quadrature, the formula, and there was one table where corresponding to various number of points, number of sampling points, there are different values for the weighting function for this Gaussian quadrature. So the concept of this Gaussian quadrature, it was discussed in details, and today in this lecture we will discuss several numerical based on the formula of this Gaussian quadrature. Okay, so let us start this lecture. So these are the course objective and course outcomes of this subject finite element method, so which is actually known to us. Next, this is the COPO mapping for this course finite element method. So we will start from this slide, and this slide was actually discussed earlier while discussing the Gaussian quadrature. So we have seen the formula for this Gaussian quadrature. It is -1 to 1 fx dx. This is actually the integral that we need to find, and for that the formula that we will use, it is I equals to 1 to n summation I equals to 1 to n wi fxi. Now how to determine these values of wi and fxi? What are these? So this fxi, it is the integral that will be given in the numerical, and based on the number of points we will determine the location, that is x, it will be x1 or x1 x2, that is the number of the sampling points will be discussed, and based on those we will find or we will identify that the location, it will be 2 or 3 or 4, and corresponding to that the corresponding weights, that is wi, it will be selected from this table. And finally, if suppose the number of sampling points are 2, in that case we need to find w1 fx1 and w2 fx2, and finally we need to add those two values to find the final result. So this is the procedure to solve different numericals with the help of this Gaussian quadrature. So let us discuss different numericals based on this concept. So this is the first numerical that we will discuss in this lecture, and it is given that we need to evaluate the integral I equals to -1 to 1 x square plus cos x by 2 dx using 3-point Gaussian quadrature, and we need to compare with exact solution. So here the integral I is given -1 to 1 x square plus cos x by 2 dx. So that means we will write that fx equals to x square plus cos x by 2. So this is the value of fx which is given in this numerical. Now we need to evaluate the integral by using 3-point Gaussian quadrature, and we need to compare with the exact solution. So here the number of points or the sampling points are given as 3. Now if it is given here, then we need to refer from this table that here the number of points is 3, corresponding to this number of points 3, in the location cell it is given that the value of x1 and x3 it is plus minus root under 3 by 5. That means plus minus 0.7745. So that means the value of x it is plus root under 3 by 5 and the value of x3 it is minus root under 3 by 5. Now corresponding to this x1 and x3, the value of weight, that is w1 and w3, these are equal and these are 5 by 9, that is 0.555. Next we are having x2 value, it is 0, and corresponding to this x2 the value of w2 it is 8 by 9, that is 0.8888. So the number of points when it is 3, then corresponding to this number of point the value of x1, x2, x3 and w1, w2 and w3 we need to select from this table. So all these values we need to remember. That means this table corresponding to this Gaussian quadrature we need to remember. Now for 3-point Gaussian quadrature, what we have seen just now from the table, that is x1 is given root under 3 by 5, that is plus root under 3 by 5, that means 0.7745. Then x2 is given 0 and x3 is given minus root under 3 by 5, so minus 0.7745. Next, corresponding to x1 and x2, the x1 and x3, the value of w1 and w3 were given 5 by 9, and corresponding to x2, the value of the weight w2 it was given 8 by 9. So all these values of x1, x2, x3, then w1, w2 and w3 we have got from the table. Next, we need to find the value of w1 into fx1. Now the value of fx it is given in the numerical and it is x square plus cos x by 2. So fx1 it is x1 square plus cos x1 by 2. Now the value of x1 is known to us that we have got from the table, so we need to put the value of x1 here, and finally we need to calculate the value of fx1, which is coming as 1.5259328. Now we need to multiply this value with w1 and finally we are getting the value of w1 fx1, it is 0.8477. So this is our equation number 1. So in this similar manner, we need to find the value of w2 fx2 and w3 fx3, and finally we need to sum these three up. Now the value of fx2 it is x2 square plus cos x by 2. Now the value of x2 it was given in the table that it is 0. So you need to put the value of x2 0 here, and finally we will get the value of fx2 is 1. So that means w2 into fx2 it is now 0.888. So this is our equation number 2. So in this similar manner we need to calculate the value of fx3. So it is x3 square plus cos x3 by 2. So that means in this equation we need to put the value of x3, and finally we are getting the value of fx3. This is equals to 1.5259. Now we need to multiply this value of fx3 by w3, and finally we are getting the value of w3 into fx3. This is 0.8477. So this is our equation number 3. Now we need to add these three equations, and by adding these three equations we are getting the final result as 2.58436. So this is the value of the integral that we have found using the Gaussian quadrature concept. Now in the question it is given that we need to compare the result with the exact solution. Now to find the exact solution we need to simply evaluate the integration, and here in case of x square dx, integration x square dx, it is x cubed by 3, and in case of cos x by 2 it is sin x by 2 divided by half and finally after putting the limit, that is -1 to 1, we are getting the value as 2.58436. So that means the final result what we have seen here, that the value of this given numerical using the Gaussian quadrature and the exact solution, these are matching and these are same. So this is the procedure by which we have solved the given numerical, and we have also compared the result with the exact solution. Let us move to the next numerical. So here it is given that we need to evaluate the integral -1 to 1 cos x by 1 minus x square dx by applying 3-point Gaussian quadrature. Now the value of integral I, it is given -1 to 1 cos x by 1 minus x square dx. So that means fx equals to cos x by 1 minus x square dx. So we need to evaluate this integral by using 3-point Gaussian quadrature. Now here also it is given that the sampling points are 3. That means we need to refer to the table. Let us move back to that table. So here it is given the number of points are 3. So similar to the earlier numerical also, again we will choose the number of points 3, and corresponding to that the value of x1 and x3, which are given as plus root under 3 by 5 and x3 is minus root under 3 by 5. These two we will consider, and the value of x2 will consider as 0, which are given in this table. Now for x1 and x3, the corresponding weights w1 and w3, these are 5 by 9, and for x2 the corresponding weight w2, it is 8 by 9. So these values we will consider here again in this numerical, because here it is given we need to apply 3-point Gaussian quadrature. So here we have written that for 3-point Gaussian quadrature, the value of x1 is plus root under 3 by 5, then x2 is 0 and x3 is minus root under 3 by 5. And the value of w1 is 5 by 9, the value of w2 it is 8 by 9, and the value of w3 it is 5 by 9. So all the values of this x1, x2, x3, then w1, w2, w3 we have got from the table regarding the Gaussian quadrature. Now as the value of fx is given cos x by 1 minus x square, so that means fx1 it will be cos x1 divided by 1 minus x1 square. So here we need to put the value of x1, which we have got here as plus root under 3 by 5, that is 0.77459. So that value we need to put here, and finally we need to calculate, and we are getting the value of fx1 as 1.7867. Now we need to multiply this with w1, that is the corresponding weight for x1, and that value we have seen that it is 5 by 9. So we need to put this value of w1, and finally we have got the value of w1 into fx1 as 0.99264,233. This is our equation number 1. So in this similar manner, again we need to find the value of w2 into fx2 and w3 into fx3. So the value of fx2, now it is cos x2 by 1 minus x2 square. Now the value of x2, it is 0, that we have seen from the table. So you need to put the value of x2 is 0 here, and finally we are getting the value of fx2, it is 1. So multiplying this with w2, we are getting the w2 into fx2, this is 0.888. So this is our equation number 2. Next we need to find the value of fx3. So So the value of fx3, it will be cos x3 divided by 1 minus x3 square. So putting the value of x3 here, we are getting the final value of fx3. This is 1.7867. Now if we multiply this with w3, then we are getting the value of w3 into fx3, it is 0.99264. And this is our equation number 3. Now we need to add all the three equations, that is the value of w1 fx1 plus w2 fx2 plus w3 fx3. So the final result we are getting, that is 2.87417. So this is the final result for the given numerical with the help of the Gaussian quadrature concept. So for verification purpose, we can also find the exact solution of this integration, and we can check if the exact solution is matching with the result obtained through Gaussian quadrature or not. So let us discuss the next numerical. So we evaluate I equals to integration minus 1 to 1 3 e to the power x plus x square plus 1 by x plus 2 dx using 1 point and 2 point Gauss quadrature. Now the result obtained through Gauss quadrature need to be compared with exact solution also in this numerical. So let us write the integral which is given here. So that means the value of fx, it is given as 3 e to the power x plus x square plus 1 by x plus 2. So we need to evaluate the integral by using 1 point and 2 point Gauss quadrature, and we need to compare with exact solution. Now for 1 point Gauss quadrature, the value of x1 and w1 we need to get from the table. So let us move back to the table that we have seen earlier. Now here in this table corresponding to the first row, here we have seen that number of points, it is 1, then x1 it is 0, and the corresponding weight w1 it is 2. So this value of x1 0 and w1 is 2 we need to use here in this current numerical. So we have written the value of x1 is 0 and w1 is 2 referring the table. Now the value of fx is given 3 e to the power x plus x square plus 1 by x by 2. That means fx1 it will be 3 e to the power x1 plus x1 square plus 1 by x1 plus 2. Now if x1 is 0, we need to put the value 0 instead of x1, and finally we are getting the value of fx1 as 3.5. Now if we multiply this value with w1, then we are getting the value of w1 into fx1, it is 7. So that means using the procedure 1 point Gauss quadrature, the value of this given integral, it is coming as 7. Next we need to find the value of the same integral with the help of 3 point Gaussian quadrature. With the help of 2 point Gaussian quadrature actually. Now in case of the 2 point Gaussian quadrature, the value of x1 x2 and w1 w2 we need to get from the table. So let us again move back to the table. So here Then when the number of points are 2, then the value of x1 and x2, these are given as plus root under 1 by 3, and x2 is minus root under 1 by 3. And the corresponding weight, that is w1 and w2, these are 1. So these values of x1, x2, w1 and w2 we need to apply here, we need to put here, we need to use here in this given numerical. So the value of x1 we have written plus root under 1 by 3, and the value of x2 we have written minus root under 1 by 3. Next, the value of w1, it is given as 1, and w2 it is also given as 1. Now the value of fx, it is given 3 e to the power x plus x square plus 1 by x plus 2. So the value of fx1, it will be 3 e to the power x1 plus x1 square plus 1 by x1 plus 2. And if we put the value of x1 as 0.57735 here, then after the necessary calculation, we are getting the value of fx1, it is 6.065265. That means if we multiply this with w1, that is 1, then the value will remain same, that is 6.w1 into fx1, it is 6.065265, and which is our equation number 1. So next we need to find the value of fx2. So it is 3 e to the power x2 plus x2 square plus 1 by x2 plus 2. If we put the value of x2 as minus 0.57735, then after the necessary calculation, we are getting the value of fx2, it is 2.7203987. If we multiply this fx2 with w2, which is actually 1, then the value will be same as fx2, that is w2 into fx2, it is now 2.7203987, and this is our equation number 2. Now we need to put these two equations, that is w1, we need to add these two equations, that is w1 fx1 plus w2 fx2, and the final value we are getting is 8.7856. So this is the value of the given integral, which we have got by using the 2-point Gaussian or Gauss quadrature. Now we need to compare this result of the 1-point and 2-point Gaussian quadrature for the given integral with exact solution. So we need to get the value of the exact solution, we need to perform the simple integration here. For e to the power x, it is, the integration is same, e to the power x, then for x square it is x cubed by 3, and for 1 by x plus 2 it is ln x plus 2. Now putting the limit here, finally we are getting the value of the exact solution as 8.8158. So now we have written the final result here, that is the value of the given integral using the 1-point Gauss quadrature or Gaussian quadrature, it is coming as 7. Next, using the 2-point Gaussian quadrature, it is coming as 8.7856, and the value of the given integral in case of the exact solution, it is actually 8.8158. So what we have done here in this given numerical, it was one integral was given, and for that we had to compute the result using the 1-point and 2-point Gaussian quadrature, and we had to compare with the exact solution. So in case of the 1-point Gaussian quadrature, the required values that we need to use, these were x1 and w1, and the values of x1 and w1 we have referred from the table regarding the Gaussian quadrature. And next we have calculated the value of w1 multiplied by fx1, which we got as 7. Next, in case of two-point Gaussian quadrature, the values that we required, these were x1, x2 and w1, w2, and these values we have got from the Gaussian quadrature table. Next, we have calculated the value of w1 fx1 and w2 fx2, and finally we have added these two. Next, we have found the exact solution of the given integral, and finally we have compared the values that we have got using the one-point Gaussian quadrature, two-point Gaussian quadrature, and the exact solution of the given numerical. So this is the procedure that we have applied here for this numerical number 3. Next, let us discuss this numerical. It is given as integrate the function fr equals to 1 plus r square plus r cube between the limits plus 1 using the exact method and Gauss integration method, and compare the two results. Now here the function fr, it is given 1 plus r square plus r cube. Now the number of sampling points for Gaussian quadrature, it is not actually given in this numerical, which we need to find first. So how to find this one? Now in this given integrand, it is actually a polynomial of the order 3. So based on this value of the order of the polynomial, we will write that twice n minus 1, this is equals to 3 here, because the highest order it is 3 for the given function, for the given polynomial. So 2n minus 1 equals to 3, and that means the n, this is equals to 2 here. So that means we will go with the 2-point Gaussian quadrature. So for 2-point Gaussian quadrature, the value of r1 it is plus root under 1 by 3, and r2 it is minus root under 1 by 3. The value of w1 and w2, these are 1. So all these values of r1, r2 and w1 and w2 we need to obtain from the table that we have seen earlier regarding the Gaussian quadrature. As the value of fr, it is given 1 plus r square plus r cube. So the value of fr1, it is now 1 plus r1 square plus r1 cube. Now putting the value of r1 as 0.5773, we have calculated the value of fr1, this is 2.1031336. So if we multiply this value with w1, which is actually 1, then the value of w1 into fr1 we are getting as 2.1031336, which is our equation number 1. Next, we need to find the value of fr2, which is 1 plus r2 plus r2 square plus r2 cube. So putting the value of r2 as minus 0.577350269, we are getting the value of w2 into fr2, actually we are getting 0.5635329, and if we multiply this with w2, then we are getting the value of w2 into fr2 as 0.5635329. This is our equation number 2. Now to get the value of the given integral with the help of 2-point Gaussian quadrature, we need to add these two equations, that is w1 into fr1 plus w2 into fr2. So the final result we are getting here is 2.666. Now we need to compare this result with the exact solution. So to get the result of this given integral by exact method, we need to perform the simple integration here, and finally we are getting the value of the integral as 2.666. So what we have seen, that the value of the given numerical with the help of Gaussian quadrature and with the help of the exact method, these are same and these are matching, 2.666 here. Okay, so In this lecture we have discussed 4 different numericals based on the Gaussian quadrature concept, and the table that we have seen earlier, this is very much important. We need to remember the table, and from that table, based on the sampling points, whether it is 1, 2, 3 or 4, we will choose the value of x1, x2, x3, x4 which are required, and the corresponding weights which are w1, w2, w3, w4. All these things we will need to choose from the table only. That means we need to remember the table regarding this Gaussian quadrature. So this is the end for this lecture, and this is the topic for the next lecture. It is our next module that we will discuss.